Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where today I've decided to build something a great deal more sensible. Okay, no, I couldn't keep a straight face while saying that. What I've decided to do is see how fast I can go by starting with a rocket and adding more rockets and adding more rockets and more rockets. Frankly, rockets. I did have a plan for what I was going to do with this at some point, and then I just got caught up with adding more and more rockets. I don't even know if this is going to fly. I've staged it all in the right way, but it's probably not going to hold together. It's not built in the most stable of ways. What should we call this rocket? Moon Masher. Hopefully this one will actually reach them. Oh gods, no! Oh no! Oh no! I've destroyed everything. I've pulled the whole damn rocket apart. What did I do? Oh no! Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, I think I've copied the rocket inside itself. What happens if I delete it? Help! I'll launch it and see what happens. It's probably going to take a while to load the sheer amount of crap I've just put on the launch pad. Come on. Right. So, we've got stuff. Oh no, I deleted the entire bottom segment. Crap. So, revert to vehicle assembly and, I don't know, maybe try putting all that back together. Yep, I deleted the entire bottom segment. Oh, and that was a pain in the ass to build as well. Oh, I pressed one button while trying to rename the damn ship and pulled the ship apart. I say ship, that's a very loose term for it. Ah well. Okay, how did I do it? Detachment manifold, 6-fold symmetry, out of the way of the rockets above, some modular girdery bits, probably, and maybe this will make it hold together, possibly, who knows. And a big old fuel tank. Now this is the bit where the controls don't like me doing this, because it tries to stick it to the actual other fuel, the inner fuel tank itself, rather than making it stick to the ends of these girders. It doesn't like putting it on the end of the structural segment that I've built for it. It liked pulling them on at side angles for some reason. Ah, no, had it. Yes, that'll do. Okay, now stick the engines on the bottom. Let's put the mammoths underneath. That'll probably do. And then something to make it slightly more aerodynamic, which I'll do in sections, because I've still not managed to figure out how to use that nose cone-y thing. There is a nose cone tool, but I can't seem to work the controls for it, so I'm just going to stick a bunch of adapters on and make a rough pointy bit, because it's slightly more aerodynamic than the brick that I would otherwise be flying. Okay, now are all the parts actually going to fire in order? No, because I need to add more stages. That first, and that first. Okay, so those are all going to fire. Then we're going to detach those sections. Those solid boosters on the side will fire. Then we'll detach them. Then the big rocket underneath will fire, and these will back it up. And then they will get detached at those points, and the main segment will detach. Then the the 4 rockets there will fire. Then we'll detach it and fire our final booster. So we'll detach it and fire our final booster, which is the big kickback there. Detach the actual control pod and maybe even land it. I've brought a parachute just in case. So without copying the entire ship and then deleting huge segments of it by accident, let's try that launch again. Come on. I realise you've got a lot to load, but I wonder, is this thing actually going to take off or will it fall apart? Okay, it's very, very heavy and is already trying to fall apart and is not structurally sound. That's horrendously not structurally sound. I couldn't even put it on the launch pad without it exploding. Wow. Okay. I wonder what happens if we launch it straight away. That's a stupid idea, but let's do it anyway. We're launching. We're launching. No, we're not. Launch all the parts. Nope, everybody's dead. Okay, well that absolutely and utterly failed. Let's see what order it all fell apart in. Structural failure on linkage between that adapter at the top, that looks like. And then structural failure on linkage between the large decoupler at the second. So the middle segments basically fell apart. And then structural failure. Shit, that's all at 0 seconds. And then at 1 second in, the structural failure on the linkage between the girder segment. So that's all the bottom section there with those 6 big rockets. Yep, structural failure on linkage between the actual parts of the fuel tank. This is still at 1 second. Okay, this entire thing is just not going to get off the ground, is it? This is too big. I have made it too big. Or too structurally unsound anyway. Okay. Let's do things a little bit more simply. Delete entire segment, because sure, we probably don't need it anyway. Delete. Delete. We probably didn't need all that rubbish anyway. So that's all the solid fuel boosters removed, which should probably rebalance the weight a bit. Although it's still a very stupid shape, I realise. In fact, if anything, removing the solid fuel boosters has just revealed how much of a stupid shape it all is. Oh, crikey, it's heavy. And wobbly. Oh, okay, there's been enough of a structure. Okay, so it's fallen off itself immediately. Wow, now that really is a structural failure right there. Oh. And there's parts landing several hundred meters away. There's bits that are still exploding. Well, oh God. Right, those were bits that were on the bottom that exploded upwards and are only just landing. Revert to vehicle assembly. So that linkage there, for reasons that should probably be obvious, isn't stable enough. Now, I haven't actually looked into the whole structural and utility and control stuff enough, because I think there's some stack quad decoupler. What do these do? Tricouplers? Something about decoupling several sections at once, and I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how they work. I should probably spend more time on them. That said, I don't think they are big enough to decouple the sections that I want to decouple anyway. So now we're going from big rocket to medium rocket to small rocket, but we are starting with 6 massive boosters to begin with. I mean, they're probably unnecessary, but they'll be fun at least. I hope. Well, they're not unnecessary, but 6 of them is probably unnecessary. At least this is less likely to fall off itself now. Okay. So at least it looks a bit more pointy and rocket shaped. And let's see if we can launch. No, we can crash it into itself quite nicely. So those couplings genuinely just aren't strong enough. Those detachment manifold things will not do the job. They simply will not do the job. So, okay. We're going to have to do this in a slightly different fashion. Probably by not using the detachment manifolds. They, frankly, at this stage have proven to be a poor idea. I mean, we could just go with big old pointy pencil rocket into the sky. But I get the feeling that that engine, big as it is down there, is not actually going to get us off the ground. So we do need more power. Which we will get from some kickback fuel boosters. Yeah, solid rockets, go! I mean, once they burn out, they're going to be extra weight, but at this point, with the amount of problems I've had with detachers, I'm not sure I even want to think about using them. Oh, I should probably use detachers. Yeah, I should use detachers. Go on. Right, structural. The radial decoupler seemed like a bad idea. The detachment manifolds are a bit unreliable. From what I've used of them so far, they're not great. Let's try these little radial decouplers. And then let's see about attaching our big old solid fuel engines. Okay. Have they actually attached to the decouplers? I can't tell. Right, well, there's the decouplers there. And what I actually want to happen is for all these to go at once, and then to be able to decouple. Okay, so I should be able to decouple my solid fuel engines when they burn out. And then if I put my nose cones on, well, that's not the angle I wanted my nose cones at. The idea of those things is that they're supposed to direct air away from the main rocket, not sideways. Oh, whatever. I'm going to try firing it. This is awful. That's just going to corkscrew. Sack it. Give it a go. No, in my luck, they probably won't even decouple after all this. Right. Big pointy pencil rocket. Upwards. Please. Go! Well, solid fuel boosters are launching us upwards. Helping us to launch upwards. And we are... Yeah, we have some steering, because I put some control inside this thing. So the idea is going to be to aim mostly upwards. This is not working out too well. Oh no, that is not mostly upwards. Okay, well, that's one section of the rocket gone off into the distance, and this section is now going upwards. That's fine. Okay, well actually it's not going upwards, it's going downwards. Oh, never mind, it was worth a try. At least we're going downwards slightly more slowly. Okay. No. That's... We're not. We're actually accelerating. We're too heavy for that engine. Yep. Just let off this engine. Slow down enough to not die. Nope, that didn't work either. We didn't even slow down enough to not die. Huh. Well, I think we're going to have to revert that flight again. That went tremendously wrong. I just wanted to build a big rocket. Is there something so wrong with that? Well, yeah, you need to make it more stable if you're going to do that, you fool. True, I suppose. That's not a particularly stable design, is it? No, it's not. How do we make it more stable then? We build it all out of the same size stuff, and we don't make a slowly decreasing pencil that's about 10 times as long as it is wide at the base. How did you expect that to not structurally fail in the middle? Yeah, I guess that's, you know, a fair point. Huh. I mean, maybe if we just make it slightly smaller and slightly less ambitious. Slightly. Let's not give up completely on our hopes and dreams here. Just make it a little bit less ambitious. Slightly less rocket fuel in the middle there. I mean, I like this section. That's probably too big for a single rocket. It probably shouldn't be that huge. Okay, let's zoom in so we can actually do this. Hup. And we'll replace that big old kickback engine there with something a little more realistic, like a thumper. There you go. That'll fly. Maybe. Alright, let's give it a go. Can we get this to the moon? I mean, probably not. We're not even aiming at the moon at this point. We're just flying-ish. And... go! I hope it doesn't fail in the middle this time. See, that looks even more sensible. And less like a pencil. That looks more like a rocket now. The proportions look like it's actually designed to go somewhere. It doesn't just look like a random collection of scrap nailed together in an explosive line. Which is a grand improvement. That is a lot of fire, but at least it is pointing in the correct direction. Look, it looks like an actual rocket. Huh. Maybe this is the sort of thing I should have been doing all along. Probably. Okay. Starting to veer slightly off course. Only ever so slightly, but I don't want that to be too much of a thing. Okay, and detach the solid fuel boosters. Did that even detach them? I don't think it detached them. No, they just burnt out. Well, I hit the decouplers, but the decouplers haven't actually decoupled the rockets. So now we're carrying around lots and lots and lots of excess weight, which is a slight problem. I say a slight problem, it's a real problem because, you know, now we're actually slowing down. Okay. If I start going across and towards the horizon, I can begin an attempt to orbit rather than to just go up. Oh, this decrease in speed is going to be an issue. I think we're now officially in orbit, which is a good start. Okay. Let's aim roughly sideways. Try and keep it aimed this way. I mean, I would love to go and check my orbit map, but I'm not sure I can leave this thing unattended for that long. Where are we going? What does it look like? Oh, we're barely getting off the surface. Oh well. Back to the staging. Okay. If we aim it sideways, we're more likely to get into an orbit. And if we get into a proper orbit, we're more likely to escape the gravity of Earth. Well, Kerbal, or whatever the planet's actually called in this. I haven't paid attention to that. Home planet thing that we're trying to get off and hit the moon. I mean, I'm still fairly proud of how it looks now. It looks like it's actually meant to be up here. And it's not just some sort of weird thing that's clung on to the side of an engineering project by sheer fluke of being what the scientists threw out. Looks like it was designed for a mission now. Yeah, we're starting to go down now. This is not good. This single engine is not enough to move all that weight fast enough. I'm just going to have to detach it and fire the next rocket. Oh gods! It crashed into us. Well. Let's see if we can use our solid fuel booster and what little steering we have to get ourselves into orbit. The answer to that is probably no. At least we can go really fast though, because now we're basically just a pod. Oh yeah. We're basically just a pod and a really big rocket. Now we're going to burn up because we're still in the high atmosphere. Oh no. Oh no. Detach everything from everything else. Too late. Too late. Huh. Well, it ended up looking like a rocket, and it ended up out of the atmosphere-ish, kinda. I should probably try building something more sensible than that. I'm sure I could get to the moon if I wanted to. Just wanted to build something that looked cool. Shame that didn't work out too well. Wow, total mission time just under 5 minutes. Huh. That really didn't go well for the poor sod on board, did it? Revert to vehicle assembly so he's not dead and we haven't set fire to the launch pad. However, I should probably continue my attempt at assembling a reasonable construction next time. So, thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope you've had as much fun with this as I have. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.